back. Good morning. I just took a shower and I felt like doing a get ready with me video, so I'm just gonna show you guys what I do in the morning, or basically what I do before I leave the house in general. And if you're interested, please keep on watching. Okay, so we're sitting down on the floor, and this is probably going to be one of the most common scenes at the house that you'll see, because this is sitting right in front of the door, which is also kind of like a window. And this is the best source of natural light that I can get. So what I did is I brought all the things that I use before I leave the house, like all my skincare products and all the makeup that I use. I brought them out of the room, and here. They're all on the floor with me, and I'm just sitting on a pillow. We'll jump right into it. So what I usually do first, like after I shower, is I have really dry lips. I'm guilty of not drinking enough water in a day. So I immediately want to moisturize my lips, and what I'm just using is just this, focus, this chapstick, which has SPF 15, because it's really important to have SPF even if you're not leaving the house. So the next thing that I do is I use micellar water. So I found this new product. Well, it's probably not new, but it's from Simple, and it's a hydrating micellar water, and I really like using this because after, like, I put this on a cotton bud like that, whoops, and then just hydrate it. And once I use this on my face, because right now my face feels really tight along these areas, because this is where I get dry skin the most, but as soon as I use this, I just feel like my skin gets a drink of water that I don't give it. The next thing that I like doing is still skincare related, so I have a few steps, because you can see, I don't know if you can, oh, of course you can see, but I have a lot of breakouts. I've always had acne since sometime in high school. I almost have like a new pimple every morning. So I have pimples here, here, and the most annoying one is this one right here. Just out of all the pimples that I have on my face at the moment, this one is the one I hate the most. Try to take care of my skin now, just to see if it's going to help, because going to a dermatologist, especially here in Australia, is really, really expensive. My skin's really sensitive, so you can see like I have red turba there. Forgot to mention, this is what I'm using. It's still from the brand Simple. Still from the brand Simple, this is their toner. These are products that I've been trying out for, I think, for the past month, and they're really popular here in Australia. I don't know if we have this in the Philippines, but the brand is called The Ordinary. Right there. So I have quite a few of these. Like, I have a few that I use in the morning, and then different sets that I use in the evening. So again, I know that my skin is not perfect. Like, this is probably one of my biggest insecurities, but oops, ever since I used these, I've noticed good changes in my skin. So it's like slowly but surely improving my skin, and I'm very happy about that. So I'll just get them out of get the fluid out of the dropper, and then I just put these on my fingertips. And of course, you want to make sure that your hands are clean, especially sa akong mga friend yung nurse. We know that we always have to wash our hands before everything. Just rub them in between, and then just put it all over my skin. So the first thing that I use from The Ordinary is the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5, a hydration support formula with ultra pure vegan hyaluronic acid. And then this one here that I use next is still from The Ordinary. There you go, still from The Ordinary. And this is the niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. It says that it's a high strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. I always have a runny nose. Please disregard it. It seems like it's a bit tacky. Maybe it will help the makeup stick on the face a little bit more. And then the next thing that I do is I moisturize my face. But our skin needs this. Our skin will thank us, especially when we grow a bit older. So this is again from Simple, and it's their light moisturizing light moisturizer. And this is really nice as well, because I feel like it just dissolves into the skin right away, and it just turns into liquid immediately. It's like just very clear liquid, so you don't see any white streaks. If I feel like my skin's absorbed all the product that I put in it, I think it has. It feels like skin. So the next thing that you want to do again is use SPF. So I actually I just tried this out. I think I got this month or last month, and because I just needed to get sunscreen for the evening regimen that I use for The Ordinary. Because one of the products I use for The Ordinary is, I think it's called Ret something. I was about to say retina, but I'm sure it's not retina because that's like your eye. The problem that I have with this product is that it balls up when I put this on my skin, so it looks like I have dead skin like falling off of my face. What I do instead, so I don't rub this into my skin, I just, what is this? And it's weird as well because it does this all the time. Put a bit of sunscreen there. This is SPF 50, by the way. So what I do is I rub it in between the hands like I've been doing with all my other products, and then once it's all over my hands like that, I just do this. Pack, glimmering. That is everything that I do for my skin care in the morning, and I try to do that every single morning. I don't think I've missed any of those steps ever since I started it. So I'm very proud of myself because I'm really lazy and I don't stick to something that doesn't work for me right away. But I've learned that life is not like that. You have to give things time. Things work at their own pace. You just have to keep on pushing, and then you'll get there. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm trying to be a lot more patient. Yay. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to makeup. I used to be really insecure about people seeing me without like a layer of makeup on, but I honestly don't care anymore. Anyway, so the first thing that we'll be doing is we're priming our skin. And what I use to prime my skin, like I don't prime all the time, but if I do, this is what I use. Just put a little bit of that, and I just put them on my problem areas. So it's problem areas, my whole face. And then I like lightly rub them in. Again, I don't want to rub them in too much because I remember I put the sunblock on and it kind of balls up everything that I put on my face. I'm way too far away from the camera. You guys see what I'm doing. So just patting that in. Sometimes I use a brush, but primers don't really need brushes, I think. I use this. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte. And I'm in the shade 22 Radiant Beige. And this is good as well. I just don't like to put too much because I feel like it cakes up on my skin, like especially in between, like here, and nose. And then I have really deep laugh lines as well. And then I have dry eyelids with Milia. Milia is like this. I'll try and see if I can show you. Like Milia is like these white things that are on my eye. I don't know why they're on my eye, but they're there. And like usually foundation clings onto these things that are sticking out of my face. I'll be using this with my Eco Tools sponge. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm just shooting.
Oh, fun.
Is that okay?
Absolutely. I got a parcel from Sephora.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Huh. I got a parcel from Sephora.
That's fine. Bye, have fun.
Are you going somewhere?
No.
Okay. I really wanna, because I wanna like include you guys one day in like a vlog, like just like sitting down and.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As long as you guys are okay with it.
Yeah. I just need to be like prepared.
Yeah. I've got the base of foundation on, and you can obviously still see the blemishes on my forehead. Like these are huge, and then this one here, and then a one here. So what I'll do is I have this concealer here. So it's called the Maybelline New Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. So it's supposed to be for the under eyes. It's in medium, and this matches my skin perfectly, so it's really good to use on blemishes. Like, it's good in hiding them as well. So what I do is I get a bit of product out and then just dab it on the places that need a bit more coverage. So that kind of concealed, like there's no way to hide those pimples that are jumping out of the skin, but they kind of help a little bit. So the next thing to do is try to conceal the under eye circles. Another Maybelline concealer. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand. Let's get the sponge again and blend. Oops. Before it settles into my fine lines underneath my eyes, I like to powder. And we're not baking, so I'm just gonna wipe that away immediately. And I'm gonna use this brush that I got from Wet n Wild. So I think it's just a powder brush that they have. So I have really pale skin, and without using bronzer or blush, like, I look a bit sick. Also without using tint, I look quite sick. So what I try to do to compensate is I use this. I have the Butter Bronzer, which is from Physicians Formula. Does it have a shade? It just says light bronzer, and these are really hard to find. Like, I think we can get this from Priceline in Australia, but every time I go, I just can't seem to find stock available. So I was just really lucky when I walked into the store one day and then found this there. So I'm not sure if you can tell the difference, but it has brought back a bit of color to the skin. And then since I already have the bronzer with me, I sort of put a bit of it on my eyelids and then down the sides of my nose, just to balance out a bit of warmth that I have around my face. Next thing I'll do is I'll just use blush. So I've got the, like, you can't see the label anymore, but this is from Milani. It's one of their baked blushes, and this is in the shade Luminoso. And I just take the stippling brush again, which is from Wet n Wild. Then you have to be careful with this stuff, because sometimes it looks like it's not doing anything to the skin, but it actually is. Dapat ang pagkabutang sa blush kay murag nahubog ra ka. Dili kay murag kag hubog na nag-blush. What I really like about this blush is it, you know how it kind of gives, you see the light reflecting off of the blush, because it has like tiny I don't know what do you call it. It just has a sheen to it. Just makes your skin look a bit healthier. So the next thing that I'll do is do my brows. I don't know where I put. Where did I put the thing? So I actually lost my eyebrow pencil. I don't know where it is, and I swear I had another one, but I don't know where it is either. It's lost. Ran away. I think I'll just use this. So this is the focus. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Gel. So you put this on your brows and just let it dry off. And it looks really weird when you first put it on, but if you give it a bit of time, like you wait for it to dry, and then what I do is I just remove it using a spoolie. It doesn't look bad. So this is what it looks like as soon as you finish putting it on. So it looks like it's really natural. Like, no, it looks terrible at the moment. It looks really thick, but when you remove it, it just leaves like a tiny tint underneath. And you'll notice that I didn't put the product at the beginning of my brows, because what I prefer to do there is get another product and put it on a brush that I have, and then lightly brush it so that it doesn't look too harsh at the beginning. because we want this to, because like this is again an everyday look. So we'll just have to wait for this to dry, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like when I've taken it off of my brows. Both of my brows are dry, and I just did this side of my face. Oh no, this brow already, but it isn't how I usually do them just because I don't have the products that I usually use. But it'll do. I think it looks okay. But like if you can see, like if I try to use my finger and rub this thing off, like it won't really budge. So it's dry. So I'll just use a spoolie and try to slowly drag it off. So you'll see that it starts to, can you see that? There. Like this thing here, I can just slowly rip it off of my skin, and it doesn't hurt at all. It feels like nothing. Whoops. I'll just use this spoolie to get that almost there. Okay. So there you go. It's okay. And I still like going in with, like I got this from, I don't remember where, but I got this one. I've had this for years, and it's probably expired and probably shouldn't be using this anymore. But I use the powder side for this to fill in some of the other spaces in my brows. That'll have to do. So those are my brows. Next thing that I usually do is this highlight. So I have the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I don't have a highlighter pen, but I don't have a highlighter brush, but sometimes I use a finger, or I use this brush right here, but I'm not really sure if it's good for highlighting. I just use it because I have it with me. So just whirl that there, and then of course tap off the excess, and then put it on the imaginary high points of my face, because I don't really have, my bone structure isn't really that sharp, but you can still sort of see a bone right there. I just have really short and almost non-existent lashes, and I don't like using mascara just because I personally haven't found a mascara that keeps my eyelashes curled. Do you guys remember when you were young? I remember when I was young, my mum mentioned that she wanted, I'm not sure if she did it, but there's a belief that if you cut the eyelashes, or if you trim the eyelashes of a baby when they grow up, the eyelashes will grow longer as well. Well, if mum did it on me, it clearly didn't work out. Then for my lips, I'll just be using this. So it's a KJM lip tint, and I got this from my friend Sherry. So I went to Sydney to see a few of my really good friends. So I saw, her name's Sherry, and I'll insert her photo right here. You should follow her on Instagram. She has a really good feed and really good sense in fashion. And the other friend that I saw in Sydney, her name is Chrisleen. So I'll put her info here as well, like Instagram if you want to follow her, or if you want to follow Sherry. They're both really beautiful human beings, and I love them a lot. And before Sherry left, because she was a flight attendant at the time, she gave me this tint, so I've just been using it. I don't know what is the shade? Girl Talk. So there, this is what my face looks like after what we just did. That took longer than I planned and longer than I usually do my makeup, but that is it. Oh, and do you see that? That's my beanbag. We had this really cute dog come over one time, and then out of everything in the house, like, it chose to piss on the beanbag, so I don't know what to do with it. but I think we're just gonna take the beans out of the bean bag and then wash the cover and then just buy a new set of beans. So it's not a big deal. And I'm not mad at that cute dog. His name is Moss. What a cute name. And also before I forget, I actually, like my lovely housemate Emma, received this parcel for me. So I just got an order from Sephora. So it's no way a haul. This is just one product that I saw on their website, and it's actually one of their holiday packages. Like it's like a palette, a holiday palette, and I just thought it was cute and I just wanted to try it out. Let me know if you want a video about that. Guys, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if it was a bit all over the place. Again, we're still starting out, so there's a lot of room for improvement, but I definitely appreciate you dropping by and watching this video. So before you leave, please click on the subscribe button just down below so you can subscribe to my channel and see future videos that I'll be making. You can also like this video if you enjoyed it. I hope you did. But thank you again for your time. I love you guys. Mahal ko kayo. Gihigugmata mo. Bye.